Hey there, Narc Slayers. So I just watched the show Murder Among the Mormons, which is a show that's actually on Netflix right now. And as I'm watching it, I'm thinking, oh my God, this guy is such a classic malignant narcissist. And there's so many ways that the people around him could have negotiated with him in a better way. So I'm going to be breaking it all down for you right here in this video. And I'm actually going to also give you some tips on how they could have negotiated with him a little bit better. So stay tuned for that. Hi, I'm Rebecca Zung. I am a narcissist negotiation expert. I'm actually also have been recognized as one of the top 1% of attorneys in the country, and I've written a couple of best-selling books. And if you are so ready to shift that dynamic of power and this, make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell, and that way you'll get notified when I upload new videos and new content. So, okay, let's talk about this show, Murder Among the Mormons. And I'm kind of retitling this The Narcissist Murderer Among the Mormons. And by the way, this is your spoiler alert. I'm going to be breaking down the show for you. So if you haven't seen it and you want to, before you come watch this video, then you can go watch it and then come back. Or if you don't care, then just go ahead and keep watching. Okay, so in this particular show, there was this guy who was a Mormon, and he was married, had a family, and he was forging documents. He was forging all kinds of really important documents that actually changed things about the church, and he was getting away with it. People were actually even checking, and they came back to be as authentic and all that sort of thing. And he was actually making money on this. And he had this whole like scam going, and had all these people that were on his side. And so that's what he was doing. And at some point, people started to realize that it was a scam and his scheme was going to be exposed. So he ended up murdering a couple of people to get them to stop with exposing him. Clearly a malignant narcissist. That malignant narcissist is the one that has no problem exposing people. I mean, has no problem doing harmful things to people, or even telling lies about people, ruining people's lives, things like that. From what I understand, there's an overlay of being a sociopath on top of being a narcissist. So it's a really, really charming kind of a person. But anyway, that's what it seems to be that he was. So, and if you listen to the people who are interviewed for this particular documentary, you've got the wife there who says, something about status, having that status that was really important to him. And she said she did see somewhat of a disconnect between what was happening and what he was telling her, but she just kind of brushed it off as, maybe she was just imagining things or whatever. He had friends, though, that said he was extremely charming. In a lot of ways, he presented himself as a victim. But when the news would come that one of his letters turned out to be authentic, he was absolutely loving that. He was reveling in that. He swindled people out of lots and lots of money, like I think $500,000. He had these huge deals. And his friends actually say they saw red flags, but they didn't want to see them. They didn't want to see them. And if you want to know more about the red flags of narcissism and why people ignore them, go ahead and check out my video on why people ignore the red flags of narcissism. But anyway, he actually, even like after he was arrested and everything, even admitted that fooling people gave him a sense of power and superiority. And he'd actually started forging coins and things when he was like 12 years old. And I guess when he was 14, he forged a treasury, forged a coin that the Treasury Department said was genuine. So, he absolutely loved it. And so when people asked his wife, like, how could you not know? Like, she said, like, part of you just doesn't want to believe it, right? So he was really just using her. He kind of admitted to that after he was arrested and everything. He said he was using people and that he had no remorse, like they were useful to him and that was okay. And so if you just think that they are such users, give me a such users in the comments. But anyway, one of his friends or associates actually said they believed him because they they didn't want to not believe him, because then what would that say about themselves, like that they were duped by this person. And I thought that was really, really important, because sometimes want to believe it because you don't want to have to admit that maybe you were wrong about this person, but just remember that they are really, really good at that love bombing stage. They're really usually very, very charming and excellent at reading people and master manipulators. So, I've actually had to deal with a couple of narcissists myself, and I don't consider myself to be somebody who's like, oh, easily duped or whatever, but you just have to kind of get over that part so that you can start opening your eyes to what's actually going on. I mean, this guy, his interviews in the jailhouse were just mind blowing, because he actually said something like, it was almost a game. He enjoyed the game of it. And even talking about the murders, he was like, oh, it didn't matter who it ended up to hurt, like this bomb that he planted. He just completely didn't care and completely had no remorse. So, what could these people have done instead? Number one is spotted the red flags. The fact that you guys are here, the fact that you're watching videos like mine and other people who are teaching about this kind of stuff is helping you so much to open your eyes. And now you're going to start to see the signs. The fact that you're in this situation now is only going to serve as an unbelievable lesson for you. I've had to deal with a couple of narcissists in my life, and now I teach people about it because I was able to figure out, wow, I can actually learn as much as I can about narcissism and apply it to what I've already become mastery level at, which is a negotiation, and figure out how to take movement in these situations. So I've actually used it for something good, and you can too. So that's number one. The next thing is that once you recognize the signs, you will be way more strategic on how to handle these people in your life. You're not going to just be emotionally triggered. You're not going to just go running into the situation. You're going to step back, you're going to take a breath, and you're going to be way more strategic about these situations. Definitely always create boundaries when it comes to narcissists. They don't have boundaries. They feel very entitled. So creating boundaries for your own health, your own sanity, your own soul, so important. And make sure you're always documenting everything. The documentation is your gold. That becomes your superstar leverage. That becomes your magic bullet. And if you can, always go no contact. If you can. I recognize that some people can't. But if you can't, boundaries. If you can, no contact completely. So if you are getting ready to negotiate with a narcissist, make sure to grab my free Crush My Negotiation prep worksheet at winmynegotiation.com. It's 15 pages. It's an ebook, totally free. Thousands and thousands of people have downloaded it and used it, and it's free. So why wouldn't you go get it? winmynegotiation.com. And if you want to join my free private Facebook group, come on over and join that. So much support in there. And that's Narcissist Negotiators with Rebecca Zung. I am Rebecca Zung. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Make sure you like this video, you share it, drop me a comment. And if you subscribe, hit that notification bell. So remember that today is a great day to start negotiating your best life. Wherever you are is the jumping off point. Today's the day that you start shifting it, and I'm here to help you. So thanks so much for stopping by, and I will see you in the next video.